In this video, we're going to dive into the 5 leadership habits that build great cultures. Because let's be real, no one likes to work in a toxic culture. Well, the good news is there's something that you can do about it because you are part of the culture. Yes, you can actually make a very big positive impact if you follow these 5 habits every day you go to work. But hang with me until the end of this video because the 5th habit in my mind is the most important. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Derek Matthews, the co-founder of Character Quest, where we help people like you become the greatest leadership version of yourself. If you want to level up your leadership, then hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when we post a weekly video. Habit number 1, learn daily. So successful people know the benefits of setting aside time each and every day to learn something new. I'm talking about podcasts, Audible, Kindle, and of course, YouTube. Creating some learn time margin on your commute to and from work, during your workout, or before bed works wonders on your growth and development because it keeps you sharp. It brings new perspective. And last but not least, it gives you something interesting to talk about at work every day. Hey, even fiction too. I read a ton of fiction, which helps me be more empathetic and creative. You know, things like the Wheel of Time series, Harry Potter, and Game of Thrones, they all help me understand and empathize the human condition. I mean, George R.R. Martin, author of Game of Thrones, said it best. A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, and the man who never reads lives only one. So get out there and learn for just 10 minutes a day. So this video counts as your 10 minutes for today. You're very welcome. And live 1,000 lives. Broaden your perspective by learning daily. Strategy number 2, listen to understand. This might be a new term for you because it was for me. Conversational narcissism. So a conversational narcissist has really good intentions, but suddenly and inadvertently tends to shine the discussion spotlight back on themselves. It's a really bad habit we're all guilty of. I'm guilty of it too. But it's not helpful in building great cultures. So how do you actively participate in a conversation with a colleague and not come off as a conversational narcissist? Well, there's 2 responses that I want to teach you today. And I really want you to understand these for this habit. The first one is called a support response. So you're talking to your colleague and they say, hey, I'm thinking of buying a new car. And you respond with, oh yeah, what models have you looked at? That's a support response. Then on the other side, there's the switch response. Your colleague says, I'm thinking of buying a new car, and you say, oh yeah, I'm thinking of buying a new car too. Well, in the first example, you kept the spotlight on your colleague and you filled them up. You listened to understand. And in the second example, you turn the conversation back on yourself. Look, we all do this, but if you want to be a great leader, a great communicator, and create a great culture, keep the spotlight on others as much as possible. This is all about being a good person. Interested is interesting. Make people feel important. Habit number 3, do not gossip. This might sound like a junior high suggestion, but gossiping is not good. It's a no-no. It's a culture killer, but it runs rampant through organizations. Nationally syndicated radio host Dave Ramsey has a no gossip policy at his company. Say what? He's defined gossip as discussing anything negative with someone who can't help solve the problem. If a team member is discovered gossiping, they receive 1 warning, that's it. And after that, if they do it again, they're fired. Now, you might think this is extreme, I agree, and I'm not saying you need to lead with this policy, but what I'm getting at here is the principle. Dave Ramsey says you hand your negatives up and your positives down. In other words, if you have a problem with a sales manager, don't go yapping around the workplace to your colleagues about it. Go straight to your VP. It's an interesting thought. Be better than gossip. Great leaders understand this and their cultures reflect it. Habit number 4, don't play favorites. It's human nature to like some coworkers more than others, but when you are the leader, you can't play favorites. You just can't do it. People are able to see who your favorites are, and then the resentment really begins. And this is when people really start the gossip train of flowing. So not a good look. According to Harvard Business Review, here are some do's and don'ts, principles to remember when it comes to playing favorites. Here are things that you should do. Make a conscious effort to divvy up your team's work in an equitable way by keeping track of who got the last choice assignment. Work on forging personal connections with all of your colleagues, especially those that you don't particularly like. Take the perspective of each of your employees and think through how you are making them feel. So Here are the don'ts. Do not ignore the dangers of playing favorites. Keeping them in mind will help keep you honest. Don't assume that you're always being fair. Chances are you're favoring certain employees over others, whether you're aware of it or not. Don't shy away from asking a third party whether you're being fair. So by adhering to this habit, you will create a fair workplace and a culture devoid of playing favorites. Habit number 5, ask for help. One of the most powerful phrases a leader can say is, "I don't know." Here's why. It promotes collaboration. It's an opportunity to say, hey, let's all figure this out together because I don't have the answer. It empowers others. It's an awesome opportunity to get the thoughts of other people, maybe some of even the quieter people in the room. And also, it creates a safe haven. And what I mean by that is people feel that they too can ask for help, which builds psychological safety, or what Google calls the #1 quality of their high-performing teams at Google. What I'm getting at here is when you demonstrate not knowing, your transparency creates an opportunity for an engaging culture where people help one another out, problem solve together, and build trust through vulnerability. This is the key to building a great culture. Well, there you have it. 5 leadership habits that build great cultures. I hope this helps recharge your leadership battery to get out there and build a great culture wherever you work. So I want to know in the comments down below which habit caught your attention the most and why. So as always, if you want to level up your leadership skills, then hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified when we post a weekly video. And I'd love to connect with you on Instagram, where I post daily content. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.